Welcome back to the new PCI Daily Live News Roundup, brought to you by Philippine-Canadian Inquirer, the only Filipino-Canadian newspaper distributed across Canada. I'm Manny Noelabuel. Thank you for joining us. We have the latest news development in the news. Liberal Naomi Yamamoto talks about emergency preparedness at PCG. The possibility of a killer quake in British Columbia can happen anytime soon, according to experts, as British Columbia is considered a high-risk zone for a major earthquake. Liberal MLA Naomi Yamamoto, Minister of State for Emergency Preparedness of BC, was invited by Philippine Consul General Neil Frank Ferrer on Tuesday to address the Filipino community leaders about a possible catastrophic earthquake or any disasters that may happen anytime soon or later. In my interview with the minister, she mentioned that each local governments have different emergency drills with different systems where residents are informed about emergency preparedness. She mentioned Tofino as an example.
Local governments deal with it differently. So Tofino, for example, they have mandatory drills for tsunami. So they have their sirens that go off to remind people that if they hear a certain sound, that they have to head for higher ground.
Meanwhile, Consul General Neil Frank Ferrer said that emergency preparedness is necessary as the big one or any disasters may happen anytime.
Especially when we hear on the news about the big one, which is expected to hit BC one day. The day or time, that we don't know. And we pray that it won't happen in our lifetime. However, it is imperative for us to be prepared for emergencies, because emergencies can happen anywhere and at any time.
Meanwhile, Círculo Pampangueño President Jin Joseph, one of the Filipino community leaders, said that the meeting was very informative and has delivered very useful information.
Tonight's program was very, very informative and very, very useful. It's very nice and I'm glad I came tonight. I've learned a lot.
She said she will call a meeting and inform her organization.
And I'm going to call a meeting. Actually, it's scheduled for this first week of December. And I'm going to relate to my fellow officers what I have learned tonight.
Meanwhile, Faye Ginoma showed her company's boxes of first aid kit that can be readily available for homes and cars. Should you want to get more information about these emergency kits, please visit their website at www.survivormate.com. South Korean President makes rare appearance. South Korean President Park Geun-hye makes her first public appearance at the rural market after a political scandal last October. Park visited the Showman market after it set on fire on Thursday. According to police, they've arrested a 48-year-old man who told investigators that he set the place on fire because he was angry over the refusal of Park to step down as president. The memorial hall of Park's parents was nearly burned down. On Tuesday, Park said that she will step down if Parliament will arrange the safe transfer of power. Meanwhile, many people around the marketplace shouted, "Park Geun-hye, Park Geun-hye," and used cell phones to photograph her, but there were also many anti-Park rallies who were calling for her ouster. Duterte will not declare martial law. On Thursday, President Rodrigo Duterte insisted that he had no plan on declaring martial law. He said it didn't improve the plight of Filipinos during the time that it was in effect. Many politicians think that Duterte will declare martial law because of threats of terrorism from ISIS-linked group Maute. According to the president, he did not need martial law to rule the nation, despite the ongoing security threats. Once again, thank you for joining us here at PCI Daily Live News Roundup, brought to you by the Philippine-Canadian Inquirer, the only Filipino-Canadian newspaper distributed across Canada. Remember to be safe and remember to get your copies of Philippine-Canadian Inquirer at your favorite Filipino businesses in your town or any major cities. Also, you can now watch our daily live news roundup on our Canadian Inquirer website, where you can browse through our news anytime. And that's all for now. From well-known media center right here in Vancouver, BC, together with our Philippine news crew, Debbie Mangabat, our news editor, and Gino Alcantara, our graphics, design artist, and video editor. I'm Manny Noel Abuel. Goodbye for now. See you later.